Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 2 of my Killer Marathon, a series where usually I invite my friends to join my share play while I play a game as Killer, but we couldn't actually get that to work today, so we're just going to watch an old gameplay in the background. And with me today is my favourite face camping Dr. Main, X-Ruzzy. How are you? Been a while since I've been face camped by your doctor. Are you still doing that these days?
Yeah, all the time. Like, it's just the best strat.
When you're not playing like Helmet Dwight with the jingly pants, you're face camping as
Yeah,
Doctor.
I'm just face camping people.
That was how we
It's a
met,
bit of a shocking
actually.
experience.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
that was how we met initially. Was I remember, you know how some people do it unironically. Some people will make these like lists of people they don't like in the community and stuff. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
I didn't have a list. Mine was just everyone.
yours was what?
Mine was just everyone.
Everyone.
I didn't even have a list. Like, nobody was. Nobody got any special treatment from me. It was straight
No.
up just face camp doc.
I remember it so specifically. It was Blood Lodge, and it was me and Jake in a Swift, and yeah, you face camped the shit out of me and shocked me every time Jake tried to unhook me and stuff like that. And I, ironically, admittedly, created a list of, I can't remember what it said. It was something obscene. And you were the top of the list. You inspired me to make a list of people to face camp or whatever it was. And yeah, so I think that's special, really. And then I moried you.
There's something there.
Pardon? You feel like you
I don't
accomplished
remember
something?
that. You remember?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it was actually on this map.
Yeah.
On
Made a list.
yeah, well, it was on Wretched Shop actually. I don't know why I remember this shit. But I was Huntress, and at the shack I threw a hatchet through the window, and it hit you, and then
Yeah.
I hooked you, and then I saw your nurse's healing, and I just tunneled it. I don't know how that missed, by the way. I was pissed. And yeah, then
what the
I
fuck?
ordered you. It was beautiful. But
What
then.
could you? You're on my list now.
Well, me and everyone else. It's not really special, is it?
Yeah.
No, so it's. I mean, look at us now. So, beautiful friendship has blossomed from being face camped as by your doctor. Now I just move on to being.
See how a lot of my friendships started.
Funny that. Yeah. You know, you start off getting face camped and then you go into getting sandbagged by your Helmet Dwight. I don't know how the fuck I go through that dead hut, by the way. I think just the Wraith's like extra lunge speed.
Yeah.
Anywho, so I was gonna ask you, how do you feel about where DBD is at right now? Just the state of it.
Right now.
Yeah, just today, like where it's at.
Well, I think like the whole like crossplay thing has made it a lot more enjoyable since we can actually find games and stuff. Obviously, like it's a little bit more sweaty and stuff 'cause the PC players can obviously have like better, just too bloody better like just like frame rates and shit than us, obviously. But I think the game's still like pretty like I like the fact that like we're not waiting 20 minutes anymore for games or anything. It's just like
That's
ready up and ready in a game. And, that
yeah.
makes me enjoy it a little bit more, but definitely a lot more sweaty. Like you don't get to meme as much. It kind of sucks, but
Yeah, I'm finding the same thing. It's like it definitely feels sweatier now, and I can't tell if I'm just reluctant to be like, to admit that PC players are better. But I don't know that they're better.
Yeah.
It's just like it's so sweaty. I don't know, man. Like I'm getting shit on all the time in this game. For instance, this is a 3 or 4 man PC
yeah,
group I was playing against, and it's one of those games where you're like, oh, okay, like this guy's good, I'll go and chase the next guy, hopefully he won't be as good, and I'll see what I can get done. But then the next guy's just as good,
Yeah.
and it's just like, oh, cool, I'm the Wraith, and I'm getting pooped on.
yeah.
But
I'm just
yeah,
I'm liking the like how like there's a lot more players. Like before, like we were finding just like just like a certain amount of people, like, and we just everyone knew each other. But now it's just like you're finding new people, so that's kind of cool. But as you said, everyone's just a little bit more sweaty.
It's cool. It's really cool seeing just it's not so much seeing different people, it's just not seeing the same people is cool. I like that a lot.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
because it can get kind of old. And like you said
yeah,
with the matchmaking is like, even if the game is like more sweaty doesn't necessarily equal like less fun, but like
yeah,
um, when the games are not too fun for Survivor, which they can be if the killer makes it not fun for you, um,
yeah,
at least you can find a new game like right after. You know, like the queue
yeah,
times make it bearable to get pooped on and like die with 3,000 points at the start of the game or something like that. Um,
yeah. That's very true.
what about
I
when
also
you...
do like.
Go on.
Sorry, go on. My bad.
No, you go.
I was gonna say, I like sweating sometimes as well, but it's just fun to fuck around. It feels like a lot of PC people don't like fucking around at all.
Yeah, it's rough, especially the
Yeah,
killers. Like the survivors are way more
yeah,
teabaggy too. I've noticed they're a lot more like this game than
yeah.
Jake was teabagging me and stuff like. Which I don't, I don't mind being teabagged. Um, what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
What about when you first started playing DBD? What did you think of it? Like, what were your first impressions of it?
Oh, honestly, when I first started playing, I absolutely hated the game. I did not like it at all. Like, because the group of friends that I was playing with at the time, they wanted me to download it because it was free, like when I first got it. And at first, I was just playing it because they were playing it, and then I never touched it because I just thought the game was just horrible. But then one day I got really bored, decided to play it just solo by myself, and I was like, oh, I actually kind of like it now. Like, I got like addicted to it after that.
So it's your friend's fault.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what you're
Definitely.
saying.
No, because
So,
we used to just play like private match and stuff.
okay.
And then but I know I was never really into it. I never really cared much about it. Didn't like I don't know. I was just playing it because they were playing it.
Right.
But yeah,
I mean, do you
eventually
wanna?
ended up liking it.
Is there anyone you want to call out specifically for being shit out of your friends? That no, we don't.
Specifically.
We're not going there. Um, well, I don't know. I didn't know that you really didn't like it at first. I know for me, I got into it because Jake actually bought it for me for my birthday. I remember him and Amber came over and
Yeah.
hand delivered it to me. Um, but that was because they were into Friday, and it was one of those things where Jake bought me the game because he wanted me to play it with him, and I was kind of like, I was actually interested
Right.
in it, but it's crazy. It's become like a weirdly big chapter of our lives at this point. Like Jake streams it, Amber streams it. I'm here doing YouTube stuff, making
Yeah.
we've all made like really good friends through it. It's crazy.
Yeah. Definitely.
When would you say DVD was like at its best, or is it at its best
That is
now, as far as like your enjoyment?
uh, not definitely not now. I think probably that's probably around the time just after. I think it was what killer was it? Fuck, I'm trying to remember. Just after, I think it was just after Ash was released. Like,
Mm.
like you know how they brought him just out by himself. Probably like around that time was probably like the most fun I was having. Like, cause just like not even like the game wise, just playing. Like that, I don't think I've enjoyed it that much since, sort of.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's as the best now at all. Like for me, that was probably like the best time period. Or I don't know. To be honest, I think, or maybe like when I first just started playing Survivor more, because I used to play just Killer, who used to face camp people all the time. It was just like Amber sort of like taught me how to play Survivor, like, and I was like, okay, I actually enjoy this game.
Yeah.
A lot when I'm not standing in front of a hook shocking.
Hmm. So like so around, what is it about that time that was well, what is it about that time that's better than it is now? Makes that time like better for you?
Um, the game for me felt a little bit better since I was a little bit more new to it, I
Mm.
guess. And that was around the same time I was making like a lot of friends, like a lot of friends that I still talk to now. Um, and then we used to all just play around that time. But I don't know, like that's probably why I enjoyed it so much. And probably like when I first started like getting better at the game, I guess. and then
Yeah,
yeah,
I remember. I remember the very first time I got looped as killer.
yeah,
Speaking of like getting better at the game, it was Blood Lodge, and I was the cannibal. And I think it might have been either Mufasa or MLG No Scope 69, one of those two. Um, Playing as Laurie, and like there was another one. There was like a Dwight in the lobby too. I don't know why I remember this shit. And yeah, they knew how looping worked, and I'd never heard of it. And I was respecting every
right,
pallet,
yeah,
pulling out chainsaws, complete baby cannibal like textbook. Um,
yeah,
but when there's like that process of learning the game as survivor and as killer, and like the meta and how it works and how to do well and how to mind game, that
yeah,
I think makes it most fun. Like the most fun time for me, I think, might be the time spent learning the game, uh, and
yeah,
understanding the mechanics and stuff. Like not so much the mechanics, but more like the meta and the mind games and stuff like that. And then
yeah.
it kind of gets old. You get sick
Definitely
of it.
the same for me, especially with like just meeting people as well. Like
Mm.
that's probably my favorite part of this game. I made like a lot of good friends off here, so.
Yeah, well, I mean that leads into my next question. Actually, is so what do you think of the Dead by Daylight community?
Community itself, I think it's like there's obviously like a lot of dickheads,
Mm.
but like it can be very toxic. But I like it. I reckon it's a pretty good community. I reckon it's like it's probably like the best gaming community I've probably been in. Like obviously it has its bad side to it, but yeah,
Like like it has a bad side and like a toxic side. Like
yeah,
um, but well, I don't know. See, I don't want to like, you know, go too much into the bad and toxic side too much, like
yeah.
specifics and
But
stuff like
the
that.
community
'Cause
itself is pretty good. I think at least. I think everyone that plays this game that I see play regularly, or I reckon it's good. I reckon it's a good community.
well, that's good.
Yeah,
Um, it's I think Dead by Daylight's famously got a pretty like bad reputation. Um,
yeah,
but I'd say when you actually, I think part of what makes it feel more like a community than any other game I've personally ever played is the size of it, at least before crossplay. Um,
yeah,
Everyone seeing the same people over and over again, you kind of, it becomes like a social setting. Um,
yeah,
and people talk about people, and it can be a bit daunting, but
yeah. That's like the bad sort of side I was talking about it. Like just since it was so small, everyone like knew each other,
yeah.
sort of. So
I mean, if you get past that though, like, and you actually just stick with the people, spend time with the people who you get along with,
yeah,
it's a really positive experience. Like the times we've spent, I mean, even in my like DBD moments videos, I've got so many different people in and out of those, just us fucking around as Survivor, just sandbagging each
yeah.
other, having fun, stuff
I've
like that.
yeah,
Go on.
definitely made some like my best friends out of this game, 100%. So
Yeah. Like worst enemies and best friends at the same time. Like
yeah,
both sides. It's very intense either way.
yeah,
Um,
exactly.
but yeah, the gameplay finished ages ago. I think what I'll do in post is I'll put some more gameplay in the background from when the other one ended and up
Alright.
till now. But it's a shame SharePlay didn't work, but that's okay. Thanks for coming on. I appreciate it.
It's all good.
Been good talking.
Yeah.
Would you mind? I know that it's a bit awkward, but I think what I'm going to do at the end of all my episodes is get the guests to ask if the audience can like and subscribe to my shit, because I've been asking and just no one's doing it. I gotta be honest with you. I don't think
Like
they
and sub
respect.
now.
Wow.
Like
Okay.
and subscribe now.
Oh, Jesus, shit. Okay, you almost made me do it.